Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have another What's Sold on Poshmark and eBay video to share with you guys today. And since we're in quarter 4 now, I've been making pretty consistent sales, so I'm really excited to share them with you. And as per usual, I'm going to share with you every single sale I made and give a little bit of commentary along the way. And let me just say, although sales have been definitely consistent, during this 2-week stretch, it was really cool because I was able to sell a really nice variety of items as well, including retail arbitrage, including thrifted items, and all different types of categories of items. So if you want to see every single item I sold during these 2 weeks, definitely keep on watching. For those of you who might be new, thanks so much for checking this out. I am a full-time working mom, but in my spare time I really love making these videos on fashion, beauty, mommy lifestyle, in addition to reselling as well. So if that sounds at all interesting, definitely check out my other videos and also consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Alright guys, so if you haven't been watching these videos, I am a very part-time reseller and I have items on both Poshmark and eBay. And in my What's Sold videos, I like to take you through every single sale I made during a 2-week stretch. So this video is no exception. I'm going to be doing exactly that and taking you through every single sale I made. Just so you know, I will not be including cost of goods in this particular video, but I do disclose all that kind of information in my haul videos, and I'll link some of those examples down below. If you are new to Poshmark and interested in making your first purchase, either in my closet or anyone else's for that matter, when you first log in, please consider using my referral code. It's MODMOMMD. That's MODMOMMD. And when you put in that referral code the first time you sign on to Poshmark and ultimately make a purchase anywhere on the site, you will save $10. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump into my sales. And again, I made pretty consistent sales. It's always great this time of year because it's really exciting to kind of see a lot of throughput in your closet. And I've been selling both some newer listed items in addition to some older ones too. And I'm always especially happy to clear out older inventory. So the first item I sold on Poshmark here was actually a thrifted item that I picked up on a vacation thrift haul this summer. And it's a beautiful dress from Lulu's. It was called the Shifting Deers style dress. It was a black long sleeve dress. It was new at tags and it was in a size 1X. So there are so many great features to this dress in terms of resale potential. It was new at tags and it was just a very basic, beautiful black dress, classic style, in addition to the fact that it was a size 1X, which is more difficult to find when you're thrifting. So this was kind of a no-brainer. I wanted to pick it up, and I've talked about Lulu's before many times on this channel. In general, I stick to just new at tag Lulu's items unless it's super special. If it's just a standard dress like this, it has to be new at tags for me just because the price points at retail just aren't all that high, such that you really need to somehow maintain some type of a resale value. And new at tags items definitely does that, obviously. So this was another new at tag Lulu's dress, and I did sell it for a best offer of $26. So my net earnings are $20.80. So I made an okay profit, but more importantly, I think these new at tag Lulu items tend to move quickly, and that's always nice. I mean, this sold within a month or so. And that definitely helps in terms of keeping inventory fresh and moving. So I'm always happy about that. Alright, the next item that sold was a beautiful kind of halter style sweater from Madewell, as you can see here. And this one was in a size extra large. I did sell it for a best offer of $20, so my net earnings were $16. So I've talked about Madewell so many times. I love Madewell, both retail arbitrage and thrifted. And this was actually a thrifted item. However, it was a very new style, and it was just a great transitional piece because it was a sweater material, but it was a halter style, so great for layering. And I really like to have a size extra large as well, and in just really pristine condition. So this was a great item. I hesitated a little bit picking it up just because it's not too substantial of a piece, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be worth my while trying to resell it, but it actually was. It sold very quickly for a decent profit, so I was pretty happy about this. The next item was a beautiful coat. It was a Zara Glen Plaid wool blend double-breasted coat in a size small. So I did haul this in a recent thrift haul as well, and in that video I did talk about how I initially purchased this hoping that I could keep it for myself. This is my size. I just love this menswear style oversized coat. The problem is when I tried it on, the arms honestly were a little too long for me, so I decided I probably need to resell it. I don't want to invest time tailoring something like this, so I decided I will just resell it. I did pay up for this because I was thinking that I was going to keep it for myself. So I was a little nervous because I didn't know if I would be able to resell it for profit. But this actually got a lot of attention. So these newer Zara, more trendy type of styles of items definitely can sell for pretty well. I've been surprised at this. So this coat actually sold for best offer of $60. So my net earnings are $48 on this coat. So I definitely made a decent profit off of this. I was very happy about that. And this was extra special because the buyer did message me just saying, how quickly can I ship it out? And it just so happened that the day she purchased it was a Saturday, so I was able to quickly wrap it up, and I had already scheduled a postal pickup at my house that day. So I was able to get it out within hours of when she purchased it, and she actually received the item that Monday. So super fast shipping. She was very happy because she said she wanted to use this item on an upcoming trip. So super happy I could accommodate. I think just things were all aligned that day and I was able to get it out really quickly. The next item that sold on Poshmark was a beautiful pair of shoes. It was from J. Crew, and this one was called the Etta Suede Leather Block Heel Pumps. And this was in a size 9 in this beautiful type of, I'd say, gosh, lilac, pinkish purple color for lack of a better description. Just a really gorgeous pump from J. Crew. This particular style was fully suede, genuine leather, made in Italy, and a size 9. So I ultimately did accept a best offer of $45. So my earnings were $36 on these beautiful pumps. And I sourced this via a ThredUp Rescue shoebox that I was purchasing quite a bit over the past few years. This was a great find. I've said before, these J. Crew made in Italy shoes are kind of sleeper favorites for me. I wouldn't normally guess that J. Crew shoes would do that well in terms of resale potential, but they really do. I really try to source though the standard label J. Crew, made in Italy, full leather, suede, really nice material options. And these are the ones that flip relatively quickly and for a decent profit. So definitely keep your eye out for these types of shoes. But this was just a gorgeous, gorgeous pair of shoes. The next item was another pair of shoes, and this is from Franco Sarto. It was called the Ilari Nude Patent Ankle Strap Heels, as you can see here. And this one was in a size 5.5. And I ultimately did accept a best offer of $20. So my net earnings were $16 on these pumps. So these shoes I thought was a really cute style. I really liked the nude colorway. Patent is also really nice, and the heel height was very workable and wearable. I did source this in another ThredUp Shoe Rescue box, go figure. And this brand, you know, I think it's really hit or miss. In general, I leave Franco Sarto behind if I'm outsourcing in the thrift stores, but occasionally I will consider picking up Franco Sarto on my own if it's a really good style and in great condition. So I think certain styles can do well. In general, I don't think Franco Sarto resells for a whole lot, as evidenced by this price point, but I picked this up in a shoe rescue box, so of course I'm going to try to resell it. So happy this moved along, and in general though, I'm very selective about Franco Sarto. The next pair of shoes was one that, gosh, I've had for a couple of years now, and I'm actually a little surprised about because I thought these shoes were so adorable. It's from Tahari. It was called the Park style, floral embroidered flats, and this was unworn. I mean, the bottoms were pristine, and there were no tags attached, so I said new without tags, but it was completely unworn. It had a padded insole. And I mean, look at this pattern. It had this beautiful floral embroidery, kind of a Mary Jane style with a pointy toe. So when I found this sourcing, I was super excited because I thought it was just gorgeous. This is definitely my style. It's a neutral kind of black base, but it has some beautiful pops of color with the floral embroidery. It was in a size 10 and excellent condition, of course. So I was really surprised how long it took me to sell. And I think the reason is probably because of the brand. I think you really, really generally need brand and style combined. And I think Tahari is a brand that honestly just does not resell very well for me in general. So it's a brand that I tend to leave behind. I think I kind of learned my lesson with this one. Although the style I thought was super cute, the brand just wasn't there to carry it. So I did send out offers to likers of $40. So my shipping discount was $1.50. My net earnings were $30.50. So not a bad profit. I was happy about that. The only problem is it just took way too long to move. So in general, I really need to be more selective about this stuff, but I hope she loved these flats. I think they're super, super adorable. The next item was a top. I was a Eileen Fischer linen blend dolman sleeve, short sleeve type of sweater top. And this was in a size medium. I did accept a best offer of $30. We went back and forth a bit between myself and the buyer, but ultimately decided on a $30 price point, and my net earnings were $24. So I did source this again from ThredUp, and this was from one of their mixed clothing lots. And, you know, in general, I have not been that impressed with the items that I got in that. I only tried this type of box once. In general, I like sourcing their shoes in terms of rescue boxes the best. But the clothing, this is the one time I did it, and I wasn't totally impressed. This Eileen Fischer sweater, honestly, was one of the best items in the box. So I was happy to ultimately move this one along. A lot of the items in the box, though, I just wasn't able to list or resell because the brands weren't there or the condition wasn't all that great. But this was an exception. I was happy to sell this one. This one, though, did sit for a couple of years, even, I would say, which is way too long. I think this is perfect, though, for this time of year, transitional weather. This is definitely a fall tone, so no surprise that it kind of moved along around this time. Eileen Fischer, as I've said before, is a brand that I still definitely like sourcing. In general, I honestly think it sells better on eBay than Poshmark. I tend to look for more higher-end fabrications, though, from Eileen Fischer now. So I'm being more selective. It either has to be a really nice style, or it needs to be kind of a silk, linen, or wool blend. Those are the things I tend to look for when I'm sourcing Eileen Fischer these days. This one was really nice because it was a linen blend, so great fabrication. One that I definitely would pick up if I found sourcing as well. All right, the next item was super fun. It's this really cool Good American pants or jeans. It was called Good Legs high-waisted jean, but it had this beautiful iridescent silverish type of finish on it. So really fun, funky, and trendy, I would say. It was in a size 28, and I accepted a best offer of $50, so my net earnings were $40 on these jeans. So Good American really is one of a bolo brand, I would say, in terms of jeans. I don't find it that often, honestly, but when I do, it's really resold pretty well. I rolled the dice on this one a little bit because I wasn't certain how this kind of untraditional type of style would do. I think you have to really find the right buyer, obviously, for this kind of flashy type of pant. But it was in excellent condition. I thought the wash was super fun as well, really great quality. So I wanted to give it a try, and I was super happy about that. It was high-waisted as well, which is always nice to find. I really hope the buyer enjoys this. I think it's a super fun pant style, especially as we go into more holiday kind of celebratory type of months. I think it'd be super fun to wear out if you're going out to see friends or something like that. So I really hope that she enjoys this. But again, Good American, definitely a brand to keep your eye out for. All right, so I have one final sale during this stretch on Poshmark and another pair of shoes from J. Crew, and also, ironically, another ThredUp shoe rescue. This is from the J. Crew collection. It was a hair cap leather flat, and it was in a size 9.5. I really, really love this style. This is definitely something that's up my alley. Totally fits my aesthetic in terms of my wardrobe. I really love wearing neutral colors like I've talked about before. I mean, you wouldn't guess it based on my top today, but in general, I love wearing neutral colors, especially to work. And then I like to pop it with something a little fun. So animal print definitely fits the bill a lot of times with my outfits. So I really love the print of this, the hair cap, but I really like the style, that kind of T-strap type of style sandal with a pointy toe. I think is a super cute look. So I loved it when I found this. Again, this was in a size 9.5, and I accepted a best offer of $35, so my net earnings are $28 on these shoes. The issue with this one is it definitely had some wear on the bottom. So if I was out sourcing, I may or may not actually pick this up because of the wear. In general, I've been trying to stick to items that have very, very minimal wear on them in terms of shoes, if at all possible. But I picked this up in a rescue box. I'm going to try to resell it. And as you can see, it's still sold for a decent price point, which I was very happy about. So yes, again, J. Crew, nice condition, good quality, leather, hair calf types of items. Definitely can move pretty quickly. All right, so there you have it. Those are all the items that I sold on Poshmark. So I'm going to move quickly onto eBay. And during this stretch, I just made 2 sales, which for me is honestly pretty consistent and I was happy about. So the first item that sold on eBay during the stretch was a beautiful silk blouse from Alice and Olivia, as you can see here. This was in a size large in this beautiful type of teal type of color. It had a lot of fun pleated and button details as well, and in excellent condition. I don't usually find Alice and Olivia. I think I've only found it a couple of times, but as you're probably aware, this is a line of clothing items that definitely retails for quite a hefty price point, and the resale potential is pretty good, as you can see here. It's definitely a brand, in my opinion, that people aren't seeking out all that much though, because this item sat in my closet again for probably a couple of years before selling. I'd almost sold on eBay several months ago, but then the buyer was a non-paying buyer, which was super frustrating. But this time the sale actually went through, which I was happy about. And I did accept a best offer of $50 on this blouse, which I thought was a great price point. And again, I generally will source Alice and Olivia, but just know that it tends to take a little longer to sell than some other brands that move really a lot quicker. Okay, and the final item that sold during the stretch and the final item on eBay was from Paul Green. It was a pair of black patent leather loafers, as you can see here, in a size 8. And this was a really cute style. As you can see, it had a pointy toe, patent leather, perfect for this time of year. Paul Green is definitely a bolo shoe brand that I really love sourcing. And I'm hoping to put together really soon a whole list of bolo brands that I look for when I'm sourcing shoes. And in addition to that, I do want to tell you tips on how I source shoes, because that's honestly one of my categories that I love sourcing the most when I'm thrifting. So Paul Green definitely falls into this category. And I did sell it for a pretty good offer of $45, which in my opinion was pretty decent in terms of resale potential. These shoes retail for hundreds of dollars, so the buyer also got a pretty decent deal on these. There was some wear, but definitely a lot of life left in these as well. So again, Paul Green is definitely a brand to keep your eye out for, and it's one that I honestly am able to find pretty frequently when I'm sourcing. So it's definitely turning into more of a bread and butter type of shoe brand for me. Okay guys, so those are all the sales I made during this 2-week stretch. So again, pretty consistent. Q4 has been turning out to be pretty good for me, and I hope that the ball keeps rolling as we head into the next several months as well. So I hope your sales have been going equally as well, if not better than mine are. Comment down below as to what your favorite sales have been over the past several weeks. I'm always interested in hearing from you guys and hearing what items are working for you, and maybe even what's not, because I think we all definitely learn together as we're going through this reselling journey. Otherwise, I hope you're staying safe and healthy with your family, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.